What's up, family? Trail here, and I want to ask the question, does Alaska belong to Russia instead of part of the United States? Well, we have information from the Kremlin that begs to differ, and now Russia is trying to get it back. Also, is the U.S. sending more weapons and money to Ukraine when the United States has its own money problems? I'm going to break it all down for you in just a moment, but before we get started, let me remind you that I put a lot of work into these videos, and all I ask is for a simple press of the like button, as it really helps out this channel. Also, if you are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing today, as I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers, and I'm almost there, guys. But other than that, hey, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Well, guys, I have some sad news to report, and that is because one of the former leaders of Japan was assassinated. I believe this happened on Friday. Japan's former leader, Shinzo Abe, was assassinated by someone in the crowd. And yes, guys, world leaders are expressing their shock over the assassination of this former prime minister. Now, in his statement, it says that he was working for peace and stability in Japan and around the world. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said in a press conference, said that he was a dear friend who loved this country of Japan. To lose such a great figure in this manner is absolutely devastating. And I will agree, guys, just think about if that was to happen to the United States, it would totally tear up the entire country. But anyways, guys, a statement from our current president, the United States President Joe Biden. He said that I am stunned, outraged, and deeply saddened by the news that my friend, former Prime Minister of Japan, was shot and killed while he was campaigning. But anyways, guys, we will continue to keep those in our prayers, as well as all of those individuals that live in Japan that was a fan of this Prime Minister. Moving forward, hey, we did have some good news that came on Friday, because the United States was able to add 372,000 jobs as the labor market continues to stay robust. Yes, guys, if you look right here at this chart, this looks like the total number has been going up since its recent drop because of the pandemic, and it has been steadily rising ever since then. So that is some good news, especially as that is giving us around 2.5 years of robust increases in job claims in this country. So again, guys, the United States economy claimed an additional amount of jobs for the month of June. Now, in some other news in regards to the war in Ukraine, it is still going on. I believe it's almost hitting on 4 months now, guys. Yes, this is crazy. And yes, what do we know? Right now, while the United States is in trouble, Americans are struggling, residents are struggling. A lot of people are hoping and waiting for a fourth stimulus check. Well, the United States has decided that they were sending even more weapons to Ukraine. Yes, guys, this comes amidst as Americans are struggling right now with the inflation increase to almost 8.6%. And the Pentagon just announced another arms shipment to Ukraine was delivered on Friday. And that was valued at around $400 million, bringing the total military assistance for the war in Ukraine up to $7 billion. Can you believe that, guys? I mean, they could have took some of that money and provided a fourth stimulus check to the American people, who are the ones that are struggling right now. I mean, come on now. The government continues to do this over and over again. They continue to spend their money, our taxpayer dollars, on other countries versus taking care of home right here, especially when a lot of Americans are struggling right now. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you that information just in case it is time for the November elections, in time for you to vote in your local states. Remember that, guys, the United States continues to send money overseas versus taking care of their own in this country. Moving on, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the war in Ukraine. Yes, we all know that Russia has invaded Ukraine, and this war has been going on, and millions of people have died because of it. Well, here recently, Russia is coming after the United States, and that is because the Kremlin official is now suggesting that Russia could one day try to reclaim Alaska from the United States. Now, I got a question for you guys. Are these war terms that we are hearing? Does this mean that Russia is planning on invading the United States? Well, I wouldn't take it that far, guys. I don't think they have that much boldness. I mean, come on. But anyways, guys, yes, one Russian lawmaker said Russia could seek to reclaim Alaska from the United States one day. And let America always remember there is a part of its territory that is Russia. Now, guys, I know I really haven't heard of this ever, and so I had to go out there and research this information. And this is what I found. It says right here on March the 30th of 1867 that Prints and Photographers Division said that the United States reached an agreement to purchase Alaska from Russia for a price of $7.2 million. Now, the treaty with Russia was negotiated and signed by Secretary of State William Seward and Russian Minister to the United States, Eduardo Stoitsky. But yes, guys, this says that we actually purchased Alaska legally from Russia. Now, exactly what they were referring to, that we stole it from them, well, I don't know, unless the United States didn't actually pay them that agreed upon $7.2 million. But it also says right here, guys, that Russia offered to sell Alaska to the United States even in 1859, believing that the United States would offset the designs of Russia's greatest rival in the Pacific, Great Britain. So yes, guys, it looks like there was some beef around this particular time period in 1859. However, it does appear that there was complete negotiation between the two, and the United States purchased Alaska from Russia. But right now, guys, Russia is not trying to hear that. Russia is now putting out billboards all over their country, which these billboards claim the statement of Alaska is ours. Yes, guys, Russia is going full throttle claiming that Alaska still belongs to Russia. And in fact, they want it back. And one day they could go ahead and reclaim that directly from the United States, which would in turn mean that there could be a war between the two. But as right now, guys, the United States does not even want to go in that direction. And the Alaska governor actually sent out a message towards Vladimir Putin, which is the president of Russia, as well as his allies, after Russia has demanded that they want Alaska to be returned back to them. And yes, Alaska Governor Mike Dunleavy has responded to the allies of Russian president, who's argued that Russia could retake its state at some point in time. And yes, Dunleavy, which is a Republican in Alaska, wrote a simple response to the Russian, and he put it on Twitter claiming that, look, to the Russian politicians who believe that they can take back Alaska, good luck. Good luck is exactly what he said, guys. Yes, the governor shared an article from the Washington Examiner about the comments made from this particular person in Russia, in which they are saying that, look, hey, good luck trying to take it back from us, but you don't have any chance whatsoever. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you that updated information in case you hear it around the streets or whatever. But anyways, moving on. California is at it again, guys, and now they are trying to do something different outside of providing their residents multiple stimulus checks throughout the entire pandemic season from March 2020 all the way up to the current time frame of July of 2022. And now California is even trying to do something even bigger than that, in which this article talks about California is trying to solve all of America's economic problems. And yes, they are trying to transform the pharmaceutical market. Yes, guys, California is announcing that they are now moving towards producing pharmaceutical medications. And yes, the first one on the list, which was announced by the governor, Gavin Newsom, in which he announced that California will produce its own low-cost insulin. Now, apparently, this is one drug that a lot of Americans are taking right now, which a lot of Americans need to get this medication, and they have to pay lots of dollars in order to get it from their local pharmacy. Well, California governor wants to change that. And in a statement, he said that, look, People should not go into debt to get life-saving medication. And we have heard this same statement come before from people like Bernie Sanders and other representatives in Congress. But yes, guys, Gavin Newsom said that the state budget he recently signed includes $100 million for California to contract and to make its own insulin at a cheaper price, close to at cost, and to make it available to all Americans. Now, he also said that $50 million of that budget will go to the development of low-cost insulin, while the additional $50 million will go towards a California-based manufacturing facility for the drug, which Newsom claims that it will provide new, high-paying jobs and a stronger supply chain. Now, Gavin Newsom also noted in his announcement that he has signed an executive order, his first day in office, to put California on the path to creating its own prescription drugs, touting that now it is happening. And we have seen this before, guys. We've talked about it previously on a video where the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban, has created his own pharmaceutical company in which they are selling the drugs at pretty much at cost, with an additional $7 plus the price of shipping it, to allow majority of Americans to get their drugs directly from his pharmacy at a much lower cost than getting it from your local CVS, Walgreens, or your Kroger pharmacy. But anyways, guys, nothing epitomizes market failures more than the cost of insulin, according to Governor Gavin Newsom, going on to say that many Americans experience out-of-pocket costs ranging anywhere from $300 to $500 per month for this life-saving drug. But anyways, guys, this particular action comes amid a push on Capitol Hill to cap the cost of insulin. A bipartisan insulin bill from Senators Jeanne Shaheen and Susan Collins is expected to be voted on as soon as this month. But anyways, guys, that is some great information to see more and more individuals or local states trying to get into the pharmaceutical business, in which they are going to produce its own medication and try to lower the cost for all Americans. This is amazing, guys, because the government, as well as the United States, has been depending on the pharmaceutical companies and their prices that they have labeled on these drugs, or these life-saving drugs, for years now. And finally, someone is doing something about it, especially for our Medicaid recipients, our Social Security recipients, and many, many more. For all Americans, as well as other people in other countries, to be able to get lower priced drugs is definitely an awesome thing to see. I definitely will give my vote towards this in the state of California, and hopefully other states, as well as other local individual businesses, want to do the same, because, guys, we are continuing to fight for the American people. But anyways, guys, hey, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But as a quick reminder, don't forget about the promotion with Webull, where they are giving out 6 free stocks after you deposit any amount of money. And also don't forget about the Chime Bank account, where they are giving out $100 after you make a deposit or direct deposit of $200. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed today's content and want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us, as it really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.